When the man saw the beautiful flight attendant, he deliberately tripped her to the ground and took the opportunity to touch her hands. Then he verbally harassed her. Although Ruth was very angry, she still asked Peter to fasten his seatbelt. Peter smiled and told Ruth that as a flight attendant, she had the obligation to help him fasten his seatbelt. Ruth wanted to scold Peter, but she eventually fastened it for him and quickly moved away from him. After the plane took off, Peter found that the chief flight attendant, Danny, had replaced Ruth, so he immediately called Danny over. Peter ordered Danny to have Ruth take care of him, or he would personally complain to the airline. Danny had no choice but to nod in agreement. Peter held on to Danny, who was about to leave, and asked him to tell Ruth to bring her hand cream. Danny found Ruth and hoped she could take care of Peter alone. Ruth immediately refused. To avoid being complained about, Danny, in his capacity as the chief flight attendant, ordered Ruth to accompany Peter and then left the lounge. 5 minutes later, Ruth still brought her hand cream and came to Peter. When Peter saw Ruth, he immediately pulled her over and asked her to sit beside him. When he noticed that Ruth was unhappy, he immediately apologized to her and then touched her hands. To prevent Peter from going too far, Ruth applied hand cream for him. When Peter saw that Ruth was cooperating, he immediately revealed his true nature. He threatened Ruth that if she could take good care of him before the plane landed, he would make her the chief flight attendant directly. Then he touched her lips. Henry ordered her to go to the kitchen to put on some lipstick. Ruth immediately got up and left. She went to the kitchen to drink water to relieve her tension, but Henry suddenly came behind her and tried to force himself on her. Ruth, out of fear, splashed water on Henry's face. Henry immediately shouted at Ruth, "You'll be fired by the company." After the plane landed, Henry immediately complained to the chairman, Harry, about Ruth's behavior. He thought Harry would fire Ruth directly, but he didn't expect that Ruth was Harry's daughter. When Henry realized he was completely finished, he left in disappointment.